Hey guys, welcome to the UpNext podcast, where we are interviewing teen entrepreneurs that are making it big time in the startup world. We are asking the questions we know you want to hear. UpNext is an app made for teens where anyone can join or build a real-life startup.
So our guest today is Gabby Goodwin, age 14, from South Carolina. She is the founder and CEO of Confidence, which includes her miraculous invention of GaBBY Bows, as well as natural plant-based hair care products. And if that's not enough, she is also a keynote speaker. So we will get right into it.
How did you find yourself creating such a business? What sparked the idea?
I think how we were able to figure out why the Barrettes work, or how we could be able to get the Barrettes to work. It's just kind of analyzing different products that we already had. The bows that I was using already, we would just look at them, at the kitchen table, figure out why they don't stay in and how we can make them better. And I was about maybe 5 or 6 at the time of creation, but I was like, maybe those spiky teeth are something that can help us. And also like 2 different faces, so you can not only see the design but also sandwich the hair in place. So things like that, and we were able to create, an image of what we had and use it for manufacturing and things like that.
Who do you consider your first mentor? What did they help you go through?
My first mentors were my parents. We're first and second generation entrepreneurs on our own, or figured out how to run a business on our own, and just to watch them help me out, but also, figure things out as well over the course of 7 years. And then also my dad's a comedian, so he has his own business and he's running that as well. So just to watch them, to also get advice from them on speaking and how to sell, going to conferences with them and things like that have really helped. So I think the first mentors that I've had were my parents.
How much time did it take for you to build the product that you launched?
When we started thinking about the idea, I was about 5 years old. And in those, we took about 2 years to start the business. And I started when I was 7. So in those 2 years, we were developing the product. We were actually trying to sell it because my mom didn't want to start a business, but we're here now. But just that kind of took up also a year as well. But it took about 2 years to start the business, to create a product or a drawing at first, and then meet with manufacturers, engineers, and actually get the product made and shipped over. And we started in February 2014.
How much money was needed to build your first version?
The funding that we got, or we didn't get any funding. My parents went into retirement for funds to, create my dream. So that's also one thing we sacrificed a lot to be able to have, or for me to be able to have my business. So we didn't really have any funds or anybody who was willing to give us any funds. So we really had to start on our own. And then we were able to build and start to get grants and now most recently investors in our business as well.
How did you get those first users, customers to come aboard? What was that like?
First thing that we did was we actually created a commercial for the bows at first. And we, it kind of came up as an idea, like if we want to develop this product and give it out to people or make sure that people know about it, we should probably make a video and also make a website so that people can buy and then also know about our product that we're now selling. So we sent that, or we posted that on Instagram, Facebook, and people were able to see our product, see what we do through that video, and then people came to our website. So just also being consistent on social media helped us when I was 7, and also helps us now when it comes to obtaining and getting customers. I think that the advantages that my generation has is really the technology and the development of different inventions and helpful tools. We have the internet, we have social media, we have phones and iPads and tablets and all these different sorts of things that can help you in so many ways, whether you're trying to design something or whether you're trying to research. So there's so many ways that you can look and see what you're trying to do, helping out, reaching out to people. It doesn't now it all it takes is a few types and a button. It doesn't take mailing a letter to somebody, and it takes about 5 days for them to get it, and then for you to get it back. So it's a much easier time to be able to communicate, but also learn about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to sell.
What is one time you experienced a real fail moment? Just, everything went wrong. Did you fix it? Were you able to? Did you learn from it? What happened?
One mistake that I would avoid, or for anybody to avoid during entrepreneurship, especially in the early ages or early stages, is to not really take on big ideas, or not big ideas, but big opportunities. Like we started doing retail 6 months into the business, and that wasn't really the best idea for us since we weren't making money. We were also, giving away product that we weren't ready to give away yet. So I think just starting small at first, when the opportunities come, make sure that it's the best for not only you, but also the person that you're dealing with, or the company, or the anybody who you're dealing with, whether it's a store or a mobile website that's really big. So making sure that you're making the right decision, especially as a startup, because the wrong decision can really cost you.
Could you name one advantage and one disadvantage of being such a young entrepreneur?
Advantage being an entrepreneur so young, you're around a lot of adults when it comes to conferences, or being talking to investors, or being interviewed, things like that. So it's not necessarily that I try to act like an adult, but it's more so that I know the ins and outs and things like that. It can help other people. I have more mature mindset rather than a childish mindset, which could be kind of what my other peers have. And being able to help them in that way is something that I do. One disadvantage. I don't really know. Because I would say maturing as well, because maturing has its pros and cons. You have a good mindset, but also you could have such a good mindset or have such a good work ethic and also want to work a lot to the point where you're not having time for yourself, or you're not, doing things that a normal teen or a normal child should be doing. So that could be also one thing as well, when you're working a lot and when you're doing different things all the time, like interviews or orders. Not saying it's not fun, not saying that it isn't helping other people and also helping you, but also it can kind of stop you from doing the things that other kids are doing, and that you can probably look like, I wanted to do that, but I have to do this as well. So that's kind of a disadvantage as well.
Which entrepreneurs inspire you the most these days? Who do you have your eye on?
Entrepreneurs that inspire me the most is definitely, especially girl entrepreneurs who look like me. I know there's Michaela Almer of Me and the Bees Lemonade, which is very popular. That's probably one of the most popular kid entrepreneurs. There's Zandra Cunningham, who has her own really big beauty line, who's in Target and things like that. Marley Diaz is another one. So there's so many Black young girls who are doing amazing things, not just in product-based businesses, but also service-based, and that are really taking over the world. And I'm glad to be able to call Michaela and Xandra my friends and people that I can talk to, and kind of like my mentors, because they've done a lot of great things as well. So just being able to see those girls, especially when I was starting, because we were kind of all starting at the same time, and to see us all grow up and really grow in our business as well is something that I really cherish, and I'm really happy for everybody.
Which trait of yours do you feel is your weakest and you need to outsource it somehow with a coworker or maybe a tech platform?
One of the weakest aspect, or one of the weakest traits that I have, is kind of just staying focused. And that's kind of, I mean, it's not like I'm always distracted, but I can get very distracted at times. And there's so much going on that I'm like doing one thing another minute and then doing another thing the other minute. So just having people like my parents or like calendars and planners to be able to tell me what I need to do when I need to do it. Also teachers too, when I'm in school, helping me, honestly helping the whole class stay focused and telling us what we need to do when we need to do it. So I try my best to stay focused and to do what I need to do, but there's also people around me who are pushing me to do those things.
What single piece of advice do you have to give to those who are listening and looking to be in your place?
I would tell you to put that money, or probably tell you to spend it on what you would need the most. And that's probably like half of it, depending on the business that you're trying to start. I mean, if you're trying to start a lemonade stand, then you would probably just need to go to the grocery store, maybe $30, $20, and then be able to sell and add on to that. But if it's more challenging, I mean, I know for my product, I couldn't just make it with $100. So it just kind of varies on what you're doing with it. But if anything, I'll definitely tell you to save some of it so that you have some money to have later on if you ever need it.
How important do you feel it is for young entrepreneurs to think about social change when creating a business?
Very important for young people, period, to think about social change. I mean, the past few years have been such big years for, changing the way people think and changing the way society is. And by doing that along with your business, or even having that as your business, or having a social change cause as your business, being able to help in you may think it's a small way, but it really can help moving forward. And changing one kid can change, a whole a whole bunch more, or a lot more than you think. So being able to also not just do business for money or do business to be able to brag about yourself, but being able to do it for a good cause, whether that's inspiring people, helping people with products, donating your funds to different organizations that have the same goals as you do. That definitely helps when it comes to changing the world as a whole.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would you pick?
I think the superpower that I would pick, I'm between two. I'm between reading minds and teleportation. I've always wanted to figure out what people are thinking, but I can't really do that externally. So that's something that I've always wanted. Something that I've always answered that question with is reading minds. But also teleportation can really help, especially if you're late to stuff, or if you just want to get somewhere. So that can also help as well. But I think out of those two, I'll probably say reading minds.
So Gabby, it was great getting to know you and your product and the hard work that you do. It seems, super promising, and I can't wait to see how it goes and what you do next.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say if you love what's going on, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give a like, turn on your notifications, comment, do all that good stuff. We are uploading so much content all the time, so I will see you guys soon.